What's happening, everybody? It's Lamont Tyson bringing you the Life Gains podcast as well as the new Life Gains review channel. And I'm going to explain to you all why I'm doing this in 2019. This story goes back to when I first started YouTube back in 2015, and I wanted to create a platform for people to learn from the things I've learned. I lost a lot of weight, so health was one of my issues, and I made a lot of money, so wealth was the other issue. And when I started making content around that, I wanted to base it in all the things you can do to help your financial future as well as your fiscal health future. And we call that Life Gains. It stemmed from politics to starting a business to saving money to making money. Those are going to be all your wealth gains. And in fitness, how to achieve your fitness goals. Via you needed to lose weight like I did, going from 350 down to 200 pounds and actually having muscles for a change, to pulling those parts together in your life so that it doesn't seem as hard. And when I got on YouTube, I thought that that would be an easy concept until you learn that people don't want to see that on YouTube. People want shock and awe. And when I started putting that content up there, it took a whole basically year before I learned that that wasn't going to work. So another part of doing wealth was how can you save money? And that's when it brought me to streaming, cutting the cord. I began to build a whole lot of followers around the Cody movement. And I got my YouTube channel revenue up to about $5,000 and was doing really, really well. And what happened from that point? YouTube decided that they no longer want to see those type of videos, so they started demonetizing them. And at that point in time, I was like, come on, YouTube, I just got momentum, I just got my channel rolling, and I just started putting up more content similar to that, but I wanted to do something different because I knew you couldn't do that anymore. So I kind of careened into pop culture issues dealing with African Americans, all the way into movie and TV show reviews. And up until this point, that started working because I started reviewing the TV show Power, which a lot of us love, but I always have to tell y'all there are more shows out there than just Power. There are some other deep shows you should be watching, like Ray Donovan, like A Homeland, like Shameless. There are some other great shows you should also watch besides just Power. But Power got my revenue, got my viewership back up. And then in December of 2019, what the hell happens? YouTube smacked me right in the face again and demonetized my channel for a link that was put on one of my videos from like a year ago. Instead of getting discouraged, I said to myself, it's time to start podcasting and maybe even start a new channel so that in the future you don't have to worry about this thing happening, and that you can also keep your subscribers engaged in another platform of social media. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here I sit to you, introducing you to the podcast, the Life Gains podcast, and to my new YouTube channel called Life Gain Reviews. Anytime I do a podcast, I'm going to mirror record it, and I will highlight it under my Life Gain Review channel as podcast, and I'll put the name of what the podcast is and all that. And I will also link to the podcast in the video description. But the podcasting platform is a better platform for me to do all the type of content I want to do, from fitness, from politics, from making money, from saving money. And if you don't know my story, I started out a respiratory therapist. Then I started my own outpatient respiratory therapy practice, being one of the first African Americans in the state of North Carolina to do it. And I seen the writing on the wall where our state legislatures was going to wind up cutting the budget for that program out. So when I saw that coming, I started investing in other businesses. Me and my wife bought a child care center that we tried to run for a little while. And then we learned that the better thing to do was to hold the real estate and lease it to other providers in child care. And that's how we got involved in commercial real estate and have been doing real estate ever since. And all that has careened to me doing podcasts, YouTube, and you guys know my wife is a nephrologist, or in other words, a kidney doctor at Duke. And so that's where we're at right now. And in 2020, I will be dropping podcasts that are going to range from health, wealth, politics, real estate, pop culture, all kinds of events, because it's easier to grow on a podcast doing multiple different niches than it is on YouTube. And for everyone that has stuck by me, I just want to say thank you so much, because a lot of people got frustrated that I quit doing fitness. I quit doing the good money making, money saving information just because that wasn't growing fast enough on YouTube. So I encourage you all to just listen to my podcast, share them, and let me know what topics you would like for me to cover on the podcast besides my movie and TV show reviews. So this is my intro video to my new YouTube channel, and also my intro video to the podcast. Please subscribe. Please follow a brother. Please download and listen. Take me wherever you go, and always communicate with me anywhere you want to about different things you want me to cover on this platform, because we're going to get grimy up here, man. We are not going to hold any punches on this podcast, because on the podcast, you don't get demonetized. On the podcast, you're not going to have worry about your content being taken down. You can talk about the issues that people don't want to hear on YouTube that are causing people to lose their channels and causing people to not want to do YouTube. So you guys engage me as much as I would try to engage you. Thank you for listening. Follow me on follow my Facebook Life Gains page. Follow me on Instagram at Get a Life Gains. And let's see if we can grow this community together and make some gains in life in all our areas, which is what we call life gains. Until that next Sexy as Hell podcast and YouTube review, I'll see you.